Thanks. Appreciate it. Well, good afternoon, and where's my clicker? Oh. Clicker. Oh. Did someone, oh, I've got it. Okay, great. So maintaining connections across platforms. It doesn't sound as sexy as Brad Barron's talking about Shakespeare and media and technology. Real quickly, we'll try and run through this so we can get to some questions. So how many people work in CPG? Okay, so quite a few. We think quite a few. How many people have read the GMA, the Grocery Manufacturers Association report on Shopper Marketing 4.0? A few of you. That report is actually really interesting in that it basically talks about something that's affecting everyone in this room, which is at the intersection of shopper marketing, things that happen in the store, display, and so forth. The intersection of shopper marketing and digital marketing is rife with collisions. So if you haven't had a chance, take a look at this data up here. I only mention it because it is really driving some of the activity that's happening here and how those two departments really need to be melded going forward. So basically consumers, how they're consuming media at home, newspapers and FSIs are still there, but that's changing, and especially when they walk into a store with a connected device and they want to see that coupon that they saw or that they've already clipped it, so forth and so on. So, I mean, the great thing is, think about this at home, on the go, and in the store, and how people's consumption habits have changed as people have gone from things like feature phones to rich connected devices. For example, one of the things that I think you'll see over the next 36 months, and 36 months sounds like a long time, but it's really not, is retailers, whether it's a clothing retailer or whether it's a grocery store, thinking about and putting in wireless networks in their store because they want to control that message that those consumers are getting right on their phones. So skipping through this just a bit, one of the ways we look at doing things at Del Monte is making sure we have the online and the offline pieces connected up front in the planning process. Now, it's not perfect. It doesn't work exactly right every time, but this essentially is a model that we strive for, and we're continuing as we see that intersection of shopper marketing and digital marketing start to collide a lot more. We're looking at how do we iterate this, because as everyone in this room knows, technology continues to iterate, right? Facebook is constantly iterating how their program works, or how their applications work. The same for this model. So, 2 years ago, this was probably right on, and it's been working. But I'll get to it in a bit, how we're changing this in terms of iterating it. So today I want to talk about Kibbles and Bits. How many people know Kibbles and Bits, the brand? Exactly. Well, Kibbles and Bits just launched a new product called Bistro Meals. And for this particular launch, it was fully integrated from print to FSI to online to things like geolocation. So for example, USA Weekend magazine still has a massive reach, so the print world isn't dead, as some people like to say. So these two ads are something that when you open your paper on a Sunday, you saw. So creating that mass awareness, that mass reach and awareness, and driving people to say, hey, A, there's a new product, and B, you can win money, always helps. And then if you go and you download and use Whirl, how many people know what Whirl is? A few of you, okay. So hence a test that we're doing here, and this is still live, by the way. So Whirl is akin to, it's geolocation. It is the same thing, it's very similar to Foursquare, Gowalla, or check-ins on Facebook. They're doing things a little bit differently in that they're connecting what they call society pages as areas, so cohort pages for people who are like-minded dog lovers, in this case, can go and connect and share information. And we can seed and curate those groups. So for example, if you go to the World Society, you're going to be greeted with a large banner that says, hey, thanks for coming here. By the way, when you join this page, sign up and join. Again, you've got that $25 encouragement there to engage. Once you do that, you can start to see what people are saying on the page about Kibbles and Bits Bistro. And again, there's some of this that we want to help curate, but by and large, it's consumers coming in and sharing their thoughts about the product. And like anything in social media, you have to let it go. Some people will say some positive things, some people will say some not so positive things. That's fine. They're already saying that in their daily discussions anyways. The important thing here is that they're actually connecting and having that dialogue, and we're there for them. Then the other is an email. So an email, as soon as they join this, an email goes out, again connecting and reinforcing them, saying, hey, by the way, there's other coupons available, and if you log into Whirl on your phone when you walk into the store, there are more things that are available to you. So really this is about awareness. Clearly it's a new product. We're trying to generate a lot of awareness and clearly trial in the store. So here is this page. It's called I Love My Dog Society. This is a page that was created by us, again, allowing people to go in, interact, and if you go to the store and you've checked into Whirl and you go up and you take a picture of, let's say, Kibbles and Bits Bistro Meals at the point of sale on the shelf, submit that in, this is being curated, so you then enter a chance to win more prizing and things of that nature. I think the important thing here is that it's not just about going into the group and the prizing. It's talking, think about this, we have multiple flights in print in USA Weekend where this is being reinforced in print, online, in email, with ads, fishing where the fish are, if you will. So the other is a blogger component. Bloggers, especially in the pet space. How many people here own a pet, a dog, right? You guys are crazy pet owners. I guarantee you're out there looking for new things to do, parks and places, and can you take your dog to a restaurant? Can you take your dog to a store? People blog about a lot of things when it comes to their pets, and they're really passionate about that. So having a blog aspect to this campaign is a great way to engage, and quite honestly for us, get some really good insights about what the consumers want, what they're looking for, and maybe what they don't like about us. So we've done this. We're curating this. We're moderating this with folks who are paid by us and very clearly and transparently saying who they are and that they're representing the brand. So a great way, again, for us to engage. Again, a bit more of what this page looks like, the commentary that's going on. And I think that's what's different here and why we wanted to test Whirl is there's a connection that's happening, a sort of a retail connection, if you will, because with something like Foursquare, which I love Foursquare, I love GoWild, I love them all, this is the model of Whirl is a little bit different in how they've partnered with brands to create places for them to essentially activate the campaign across platforms. So it fits perfectly well for today's discussion. The other is clearly we're buying ads supporting what the brand is doing within our Facebook community where we already have a number of devoted fans. How do we drive them? Of course, very targeted, very easy to do within the Facebook world. And those are very effective for us. The other thing I want to talk about, I'll go back here. So that's Bistro. The other thing I want to talk about that we've done that has tied together a lot of different platforms for us is what we've done with Milk-Bone. So last year, we launched Milk-Bone's first campaign in a long time, and this also went cross-platform. So Milk-Bone, when you buy a box of Milk-Bone, which you all should be buying Milk-Bones for your dogs, is that every time you buy Milk-Bone, a part of that sale goes to a charity that we support called Canine Assistance. Canine Assistance is a nonprofit organization based in Atlanta or near Atlanta that matches humans in need with service dogs. And so what we did is last year, one of the things I talked about at some events was people don't want to go and have a conversation with a box of Milk-Bone and talk about a biscuit. But if you go and you follow a puppy from birth all the way through his training and the trial and tribulations, this little puppy called Noble, all the way through him being matched, people will definitely engage with that. I mean, who doesn't want to look at pictures and video of a little puppy? So one of the things we noticed is there started to be a lot of engagement around Milk-Bone and Noble's story. So Noble, again, is this little puppy. In fact, Noble was just matched with his person, who in this case is a wounded vet, and they were matched, I believe, a week or two ago. And so that was all tracked here. So one of the things that Canine Assistance does every year is have a new litter. So if we can go to the next slide here and play the video, you'll see the next puppies.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Casatelli coming to you from Canine Assistance. First, I just want to say thank you so much for all your comments and support on the webpage, and I wanted to let you know we have a big announcement today. Remember those puppies that you helped name last month? Well, the puppies are here and the verdict is in. You guys chose 50s rock stars as your theme. So let's go up to the nursery and meet Presley and her littermates. Here she is. This is Presley. She's a 2-week-old golden poodle mix. Her eyes are just barely starting to open, and she is so cute. Wouldn't you like to be a part of Presley's journey? Well, guess what? Now you can, because she is the new star of this Facebook page. That's right. We're going to be following her progress as she learns and grows into an awesome service dog. But wait, that's not even all. I have even more exciting news. This year we decided to follow not 1, not 2, but 3 puppies in training. The other 2 puppies are my big boy Grizzly and a beautiful black lab named Star. So there you have it. Starting next week, get ready to meet and fall in love with 3 very special Canine Assistance puppies.
So clearly a shameless plug for all of you to go and start following these puppies this year. I couldn't resist. But the piece here is that what we've done with Milkbone is, again, it's gone on, on air with 30-second spots. It's been in print. We've included it in our email. We talk about it within Twitter. And clearly the community in Facebook is truly engaged. If you were to go to the Milkbone It's Good to Give page, it's less about Milkbones, the products specifically, and more about hearing how people engage and seeing the stories they share. It's truly amazing. So what do we know? Does this stuff really work? Does it move sales? The brand managers always want to know, well, does it move volume for me? The reality is it's doing well for us. We don't look at one specific thing as the silver bullet to solve all of the issues for what we're doing online, but we know that everything that we're doing is above the CPG norms. The fact that I can get people to go to Milkbone or any of our other pages like Kibbles and Bits and spend 3 to 4 more, double the time on those branded sites is good, because what they're doing is they're getting that seed on Facebook and then they're going to the brand site and learning about the product-specific information. For me, that's a win, and for the brand, that's a win. In terms of all the conversations that are happening, it's really helping our organic search. So one thing I know I've got a few minutes left here. We're starting to think differently about what people typically call the sales funnel, and how does that really look today? It's really changing, again, based on consumer, their media consumption habits. And so we're starting to think about this as a round trip that continually takes place. So rather than just a pure funnel, what is the life cycle they take? So I would challenge you guys to think about this in your organizations. And then one of the ways that we look at doing things at Del Monte is, for us in the middle, what we call CRM, or our DM connectors, our database of consumer information, all of the names, super important for us, because that allows us to have this ongoing dialogue that we can't always get within the Facebook communities. How do we surround that with search, display, social, and then really importantly is shopper marketing. Again, because shopper marketing is really, that intersection today is really rife with opportunity that in many cases is being missed. And it's not that you have to spend more money to make it happen, you have to organize internally to get it done. So how do you organize to engage? Well, we all work in different silos, right? Being in Texas, I thought some grain elevators might be good. It's not easy. As all of you guys know, getting all of these organizations to all of these parts of the organizations to talk to each other is tough. But if you go back and you look at that that wagon wheel I just had a minute ago, it helps drive that integration. The other piece is, are you prepared internally to drive that functionality of those groups to collaborate? We have a social media policy that was really written by the marketing organization, but included all of these others. So when we start to first engage, it was going to take a week to do any responses on Facebook or Twitter. Well, no, that conversation is long and gone. So this policy actually helps do that and provides that enablement throughout the organization. The fact that I've been looking at my email today about a variety of things where consumer affairs is responding for us or the brand manager is doing it, it makes a great collaborative process that didn't exist before. It's breaking down a lot of walls. That's all I've got. I've got a few minutes. I've got a minute left for some questions. If you need to get a hold of me, follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn or send me an email.